Yes. Bon soleil. Sun is up there somewhere real hot. I'm staying in the shade. Bon soleil. Good morning. Bonjour. Another day, another dollar. Oh man, a little bit of serenity. Look at the ducks and the pigeons, huh? Living amongst each other, eating. They were just fighting a minute ago, but I popped up, they calmed down. You know, they was arguing for the scraps. For the scraps, not straps, scraps. Gamboa. Bonjour, Gamboa. Bonjour. You guys know about Gamboa? Gamboa is an entity that you find in the forest. It's usually in the maple trees, but actually every tree has an entity, you know? Every tree you see has an entity. This is, I guess this is Voodoo 101. A lady asked me, you know, why is it her neighbors, you know, are painting her the mango trees? Is that some voodoo stuff? I was like, maybe. I said, you know, it depends what area they're from in Haiti, you know. Then you'll know what spirits they're communicating with, they're contacting with, you know. But yeah, this all has all these living organisms has an energy, has a spirit. A num, okay, num. That means soul in English, you know. But yeah, you know. So you know, Mother Nature is very simple, but also Mother Nature is very mystic. You know, she has a way that she does everything um, without being too direct. You know, look at ducks and pigeons, right? I mean, they're both birds, but they usually don't hang out in the same areas. You know, um, but they're here. Then you have this river. Now, what do we find in the river? In the river, we would find Simbi, Makaya. In the river, you'll also find Adezo, Simbi Adezo. In the river, you find spirits like Ezuli Freda, you know, because some spirits, now we're Voodoo 101, we're talking about Voodoo. You know, you have some entities that live in the water, right? But it depends what water. You have the riverbanks, you have certain spirits there, and then you have the ocean. You have spirits over there in the ocean. I mean, we're not next to the ocean right now, but you know, this is where you would find Metagwe. You would find La Cienziama. You know, all these mermaid spirits, etc., etc. But let's get back to Grand-Bois. Grand-Bois has been devastated in places like Haiti, right? Because of the deforestation and people chopping off the trees left and right for charcoal. You know, once we can start planting trees in abundance again, we end up helping the ecological system that we have in Haiti. You know, we need to get our ecology back on track. Anyway, enough about that shit. What's today's topic? Today's topic is, are we going to lose another leader in Ayiti? Yeah, there's been so much talk on the Haitian radio stations and a lot of mystics down there because, you know, Haiti, Ayiti. That's how Hugo Chavez would say it. Ayiti. You know, such a beautiful country, beautiful people, but man, so much confusion, you know, so much hatred. Anyway, yeah, are we going to lose another leader in September? Because in Haiti right now, a lot of the mystics have been talking about, you know, Jovenel Moise is not the last leader to be killed or to die for the changes that is needed in Haiti. So who's next? Huh? Now people have been saying maybe it's Jean-Bertrand Aristide, the priest, who probably skipped death. Remember when he was acting like he had the vid? I know you can't say the full word, I don't think, but you know, the vid, you know, y'all know what I mean, huh? That monkey. He claimed he had it, and then, you know, sadly, Jovenel hurried up and made him get diplomatic passports, and you know, made him jump on the plane, and he went to Cuba. Smart, you know, because if he would have took that plane to the States, I'm pretty sure they would have we would have had another funeral, or maybe an early funeral, right? So, you know, President Jovenel Moise, who right now, September 7th, is going to be about, let's see, 14 months, right? Because July 7th was a year, August, yeah, 14. So we're going on 14 months, right? And don't forget, September in the United States is a big date because of September 11, 2001. You know, we remember that drastic situation that was like, whoa, you know. And of course, my crazy conspiracy theorist ass, you know, as soon as that happened, I was like, like that's CIA. I remember I was at what was it, 2001. I think I was going to a vocational school in Naples, Florida, because I used to do the whole cooking thing. That was my thing. You know, I still love to cook, just don't like being in the restaurants. And I remember the professor was like, "Hey, how dare you? Don't say stuff like that." Da 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 da. You know, everyone looked at me crazy, like, "Wow, why would you say something like that?" I'm like, "Cause they always do that." And I remember I'm going into detail. I'm like, well, if they want to make a new move, they want to make a new change, they got to do something drastic, you know, for new results. Anyway, so are we going to lose another leader in September? Now, this goes, of course, for Haiti, Ayiti, but it could be anywhere else, but really for Haiti, right? Because, you know, many of us are watching behind the scenes to see what's next. You know, what's next? What's going to happen to cause the country to erupt? Maybe I should ask this ducky. Hey, Mr. Duckling, can I ask you a question? I'm sorry, are you sleeping? Do you mind if I ask you a question? Who do you think, what are you doing? Who do you think is going to be the next leader to die in Haiti? Do you have any clue? Mr. Ducky? All right, Mr. Ducky has chosen not to answer right now at this moment. But yeah, who do you guys believe, huh? Michel Martelly, huh? President Martelly. You know, when Martelly was going for president, I mean, I was skeptical. You know, I was like, man, you know, I grew up with people like Martelly. You know, I grew up in New York City. You know, the Haitians in New York, you know, we have a different swag. The Haitians in New York are, you know, glitz and glamour, huh? Like the vampires, they'll glamorize you and suck your blood. So I was like, man, I don't know, you know. But you know, he became president. Things started off all right. You know, I was living in Haiti during that time, and it wasn't too bad. But towards the end, everything fell apart. Everything fell apart. So, can it be Martelly? Now, some say it's a president. Some say it's just a leader. So it might not even be a president. It could be someone else. You know, after Préval died, and then, well, I believe Jean-Claude Duvalier, I think he died first. One of them died first. Who was it? Was it Jean-Claude or Préval? I forgot. But after both of those presidents died, you know, I knew there was a third one, because they always said there was 3 presidents to die, and then, you know, those sacrifices will be changes for Haiti, right? This is all mysticism talk, right? Because, you know, Haiti is a mystic country, okay? It's not all physical, but of course metaphysical. like my man Black would always say. Shouts out to Black doing this thing up in the DR. So, yeah, who do you guys believe? Who's next? Who's gonna go? Huh? Well, I think we should just let it be up to Mother Nature. Let Mother Nature decide. You know, only she can tell us. Anyway, you guys have a blessed day. This was a short vlog. I probably vlog later on, but as you know, these vlogs usually just go with whatever's popping up in my head. So if it pops up in my head, I say, you know what, I'm going to speak about it. So yeah, look how calm this river is flowing. Calmly flowing. You all have a blessed day. Mali, Mali, Mali. Aye, bobo, aye, bobo, aye, bobo.